Okay, I can actually be bothered to put on it. Oh god, that looks crazy. I have brushed my hair, I promise. But I just couldn't be bothered to put makeup on for this video. Ooh. Okay. Right, let's get started actually. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to be calling this video. Because I was going to do like my top 5 favourite films that I watched last year, like 2024. And then I realised I watched a lot more and I liked some and then I didn't. So I thought I'll just talk about the films that I can remember that I watched and my opinions on them. And if I thought they were any good, make it a bit taller. Yeah, if I thought they were any good. So what I think I'm going to do is start from the least, like, kind of crappiest. Yeah, these are all my opinions. Put down in the comments what you think of these films. It would be interesting to know if you like the really crap ones, or the ones that I thought were crap, or the ones that I thought were really good. You're like, that was really bad. Also, have I said this? I don't know if I was just planning to say it and I've not said it. Yeah, not all of these came out last year. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Okay. I've written a list so I don't forget, because I knew I'd forget. Let me count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 films. I don't know if that's a lot of films, or not a lot of films to watch in 1 year. There was probably a couple more, but I can't remember them. I do feel like there's one and I just forgot today. But when I was thinking about making this video, I knew it. So, yeah, oh well. Yeah, the one that was my least favourite that I watched was something called Blade Runner 2049, 2049. I've never watched a Blade Runner film, and I genuinely could not tell you what it was about. Like, I watched it, and it didn't hold my not my imagination, like it didn't hold my interest at all. And I fully, like, I tried to watch it the whole way, I did watch it the whole way through, but I was like in and out. I know there was a film where there was a scene where someone was naked, there was a scene where there was loads of water, but I didn't understand what was happening with the characters. I really tried, like, I watched the whole thing thinking, oh, I'll get into it in a minute, and I do get into it in a minute. So yeah, that was the worst one I watched. Let me cross it out so I know that I've said this one. Okay, I think second worst, it wasn't bad. I think I really like Kristen Stewart, but it is Spencer, the Lady Diana film. It was all kind of just lies, so I'm not really sure how legally they were even allowed to film that. And like, I watched it and I was thinking, oh, I wonder how much this is true. Really not much of it at all. Yeah, Kristen Stewart, she was very good at playing Lady Diana, but yeah, it wasn't real, so I didn't understand the point in the film, like, why lie, and it was very strange. She would have done good in a actual Diana role, where it wasn't just completely made up, but that's just my opinion. What do I think is the third one? Third worst, even. I'm gonna say Unfrosted. I did like it. Obviously not a lot. Like, I did actually like it. Like Melissa McCarthy. There was a lot of people in there who I can't remember now, but there were a lot of people that I really like, but yeah, it just didn't make like the top 10. Yeah, that's the third one. Third worst. When was... Yeah, Match Point. Let me look up what Match Point was, because I watched it because I knew it was a Scarlett Johansson film. And I went for a phase of trying to watch Scarlett Johansson films, and then it was kind of difficult to find where to watch a lot of them, so I just didn't. But this was one of the ones that I did watch. Okay, 2005. It was good, but it was kind of just not much going on. I don't know how to explain it. There was stuff that did happen, but it was kind of like, what was the point? I didn't feel his stress. I don't know. Do I want to make these reviews spoilers? I don't know. Okay, this is going to be spoiler. He kills her. But yeah, I didn't know whether... Does he kill her? Am I thinking of a different film? Oh. No, I'm so confused. He didn't. Okay, I'm really confused. If this is the film I think it is. Yeah, it must be. Yeah, anyway, it would... Great, as you can tell from how memorable it was to me. But yeah, Match Point. Scarlett Johansson looks nice, but it kind of felt like she was just the pretty one, like she is in a lot of them, and I feel like she can give better roles than that, but sadly they just don't really want to give her any. Or maybe she just goes for those roles. Maybe it's not even anyone else's fault. What do I say next? I went to the cinema and I watched Fall Guy. I don't think that was awful. I actually really liked it, but it's just not one of my favourites that I watched. But yeah, I really liked that. And the person I went to the cinema with didn't like it that much, but yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah, and I don't think I've ever watched a film with that guy in it. Who is that guy? Am I going to have to look it up real quick so I don't... Let me look it up. I know who I'm talking about. Do you know who I'm talking about? Fall Guy. Oh my gosh, I've just remembered one of the films I really liked. Ryan Gosling. Yeah, have I watched... I think I've watched The Notebook. Oh, he was in Blade Runner. That's how bad it was. Genuinely, like, I was watching it. Yeah, but I actually really loved The Fall Guy. Okay, so I have watched a couple of things he's in, but yeah, this gave me like a appreciation for Ryan Gosling that I didn't have before. Not that I didn't have, I just wasn't like a fan of his. And now if I know that he's in something, I would so watch again, even if it's just for him, because I think he's a good actor. Oh, I don't actually know. Oh, what was the film called? I've just remembered a film that I watched that I haven't put on my list. It was about, I think it was on Netflix. It was about the dude who was like, I think he was paid by the police or something, and he was like a hitman. Well, it might have been called Hitman, but he's a good actor too. Hitman. Yeah, it was Hitman. That would be higher on the list if I bothered to write it out, and it's just going to confuse me if I keep putting more. But yeah, Hitman was a really good film. I'd recommend that if you still watch it. Also, another one I just remembered I didn't put on the list was one Jodie Comer is in, and it was so good, but it was good because it is like a realistic end of the world or end of the UK film. Yeah, the end starts. The end we start from. Sorry, and it is just realistic in how when there's struggles, people they are so quick to argue. I don't know if it's the same in every other country, but people are always so quick to argue in this country anyway. And like with weather and wars, and it was realistic. It didn't need to be a zombie film to be like, oh jeez, that's terrifying. Yeah, I thought that was a really good film, and I love anything she's in because she's amazing. It is quite depressing though. If you're gonna watch it in when you're in a fairly good mood. Is my advice. What do I put next? I'm gonna say Smile, the Smile film, the the horror film. It is called Smile, I think. I think there's like 2 new ones now. Thing is, I did like it, but the ending, it was very much like, yeah, it's called Smile. It was very much like you knew they were only doing that because they wanted more films, and I found it very aggravating. To be honest, I watched it with my ex-boyfriend. That could be why I just dislike this much, because he was very mean to me. But yeah. A Family Affair. See, I watched this and I didn't hate it. I love seeing Zac Efron. I love Nicole Kidman. I really like the girl who's in it, who I can't remember the name of, simply because I haven't watched her much, but she has been a lot. She's famous. Like, I knew her face before I even watched the film. But as far as sticking in my head, not too exciting compared to the rest that are on my list. Which one have I just said? Oh, I can't remember. Which one have I just said? Okay, yeah, it's that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. Charlie's Angels. I did love this one, and I loved Kristen Stewart in it. She was so cool. And it was kind of nice to see her play a confident role, because she's often put in like in a quiet or like, Bella Swan role. But yeah, I really loved that. Yeah, that was my last one. How many have I still got to say? Because this video is going to be bloody long. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I've only got 9 more. That's okay. I can do that one. There was a film called The Scapegoat. It sounds like it's going to be a popular film though. Not a popular film. I am bad at explaining myself. I mean, I feel like there's probably like an American adaptation that's like more popular. Or something, The Scapegoat. Okay, and it was the 2012 film, because I can see there's an older film. But yeah, that was so good. And I can't believe... Where did I watch this? I don't know where I watched that. But I can't believe it's not spoken about, because I thought that was a really good film. I'm saying a lot because I don't actually know whether I want to spoil things for people. But yeah, it's sort of an old film, but it's still really good. It said you can watch it on Amazon Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, then yeah. But... And of course, I did love it because it's got Sheridan Smith in it. Sheridan Smith is just... I love her. Okay, we'll get into like the better ones now. So these I thought really highly of. Sorry, my cheeks are really pink. They just... I guess I'm a pink cheek girly now. I didn't used to be, but this is the life I'm living. Yeah, Thunder Force. I thought that was really good. Again, I think I watched it because it's just got an actress I really love it in. If I see there's an actress that I've loved her in something else, I know that I'm going to love her in this. And that's why, yeah, I watched Unfrosted because of her. I don't know the dude's name, but I really like the dude in it as well. But yeah, with Thunder Force, is it Activa or is it Octavia Spencer? I don't know, but they were a really good duo. They were so funny. I don't see myself disliking anything Melissa McCarthy's in, to be honest. She's just so funny to me. Which one do I want to say now? I'll say the other Melissa McCarthy film. It's called Can You Ever Forgive Me? I'm not sure what year it came out. Let me check. It has Richard E. Grant, who is in something else on the list, but I've not got to that bit yet. But why have I just typed in his bloody name? Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay, 2018 was when it came out. It was like based on a real life forger. And she used to she'd get like old famous people and she'd like try and say that she found an old letter from them and she like forged their signature and forged their handwriting, but then she got caught out. And yeah, it was really interesting because even though it is wrong, you're watching it like, oh, I wanted to get away with it, because she was a grumpy old woman and she just didn't fit in with society, but it was like the best way to make money and people weren't nice to her, so you wanted her to win. And I was a little bit annoyed, if I'm not wrong. She forgave him though. And Richie Grant's character kind of took advantage of her quite a lot, and yeah, that was real life. And I don't know, it's kind of sad because it's just sad knowing how much people do take advantage of others when, you know. But yeah, especially vulnerable people. Next one, completely different vibe, but Chicken Run, the new Chicken Run film. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I love Chicken Run. I love the first one. I love that they made Mrs. Tweedy come back. Don't know where the old guy is, but I love a reunion. I love how... Oh my gosh, I've not put Wallace and Gromit on here. I actually can't believe I didn't put Wallace and Gromit on here. Hang on. Because they had someone come back as well. Was it Feathers McGraw? Oh my gosh, love it. not classed as... Never mind, I was thinking of something else. But it wasn't classed as film, so I'm not going to put it in it. But... yeah, I can't believe I forgot what I was growing up, but I put in Chicken Run. But yeah, I love Chicken Run so much. I love how they put a northern person in there as well. It just fits in so well. Kind of dark though. It genuinely... I suppose it is dark. It's based on chickens. You know, how they would live. But yeah, the ending... I think she like got turned into like breadcrumbs or something. It was horrible. But oh well, she was a villain. We're not going to feel too sorry for her. Yeah, okay, so this is like my 5th favourite one now, is Heretic. Now, again, I watched this with my ex-boyfriend, and he wasn't like an overly big fan of it, but like he never had anything nice to say about anything, so even me. So I enjoyed it. I did find it weird though, if you have watched it, that he was like, oh no, I found the real religion or whatever, and it actually just turned out he was egotistical. Because that comment didn't make any sense. It was just like, you know, they said that to be like, oh, is it going to be paranormal? And it didn't turn out to be. So that was the only bit that didn't really make sense, because you could have let us question what was going on without even having to say that. But yeah, I really liked Heretic. I really liked how they kind of put one of the girl's characters as you thought the other one was going to be really smart and get out of there, and this is completely spoilers, so move on if this is going to spoil it and you haven't watched Heretic and you want to watch it. But yeah, there was this one girl, and she was like very religious, and I think a lot of like just believing in religion and having so much faith is often put with naivety, and I really loved how they didn't go with that trope, because you weren't expecting it, and you were because the other one, although they were both, were they Jehovah's? I don't know what they were going house to house and preaching, and yeah, it was the one who was like questioning it, who in film world you'd be like, okay, so she's the more logical one, but yeah, the one who would have been classed as more naive, more readily to just go after whatever this guy was saying and believe it, actually fought him and was, you know, the real one. I also really liked how they had the butterfly at the end, because it did make you think, was there a little bit that wasn't real life? But yeah, I liked that. I also thought for a bit, because people turned up at somebody's house, and I think they were looking for the girls, weren't they? Were they? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, someone was looking for the girls, and I thought it was going to be like a Silent Hill thing, like it was a different house, they turned into a different universe. That didn't happen, but yeah, for a while I thought that was kind of exciting, because that could have been what was happening. Yeah, 4th one. I feel like everyone's gonna like judge me for this, but it was Saltburn, and I thought Saltburn was really good. Everyone was talking like it was like really pornographic and stuff, but it wasn't as bad as people said it was, like when I watched it. I also feel like those bits were really important to show you know, how he was like trying to be manipulative the whole time. And I know it's bad, and it's gonna become a bit of a obvious that I do side with some villains, but yeah, I was wanting him to like get the house the whole time. Say, like, you could tell, like, I do think there's a lot of like rich people who do act like that family did, where it's like they sort of will be like, oh, I want a poor person, I'm a little bit bored, to entertain me, and then I'll just get rid of them. So yeah, I really liked that. I wouldn't have done what I done with the mum, because I actually don't think the mum done, like, she was a little bit stuck up, but I don't think she quite deserved that. Especially when he took like the breathing out, you know, at the end. But what's her name? The woman in this. But basically, she's gonna be on my first favourite because I think she's amazing. But yeah, loved Richard E. Grant in it. I loved everyone in it. I think the fact that Barry Kogan, I don't know how to pronounce his last name because I've heard it pronounced a lot of different ways, but I really love how he isn't like your stereotypical good-looking person. Like, he looks like a normal person, like, with some oddities about him. And like, he was attractive, but it was also like, do you know what I mean? They don't. Yeah, I'm glad how they put the main character as someone who looks normalish and not. You know what I'm saying? Everyone in Hollywood has to be like perfect looking, and it is really nice to see people who look different from everyone else, because everyone is starting to look similar as well, which I think is a little bit dull when you start watching things and you think it's all the same actress or actor, and it's not. Third one, The Addams Family. Now, I had watched an Addams Family before, but it was the one with Debbie in it. But this is the one, like the first one where the kids go to summer camp. No, that's the one with Debbie in it. What are we talking about? Because I loved both films. Okay, I'm confused, but I knew that I liked The Addams Family. Was it just called The Addams Family? Yeah, the 1991 film. Yeah, I really liked that one. I love the Gomez and Morticia. Oh no, it's where what's his face is like saying he's the brother, but then it turns out he was the brother or something like that. But yeah, I really love how, like, to see a happy family, because usually there's someone evil, someone unlikable, but I just love the family bond because you never see that. Yeah, and it was funny. My second favourite. Now, these two last ones are really long films, so if you're going to be watching and you want like a nice easy watch, probably not these two. If you want a nice easy watch, probably Addams Family, to be honest. But yeah, House of Gucci. That was out like a few years ago, but it was really good. I know some of the accents weren't great, and like when I knew Lady Gaga was in it, I was kind of because I've never watched her in anything, but sometimes when like singers and stuff try to get into acting, and it's like, you know, they're kind of, there's a good chance they've like paid their way, or they're just a bit bored. They don't actually have love for it, or they're probably not going to be great for it. But actually, I think she was really good in this. In House of Gucci. Adam Driver plays a very unlikable person, very, very good. Low-key on her side. Like, I do like my villains, apparently. But, yeah, I really loved that, and it was interesting to see how much a woman had with all of that. I think in the end, is she still in prison? The character it's based on, but yeah, it's based on real life and the Gucci Empire. I don't think there's anyone in the Gucci family name who's connected to the business anymore. But yeah, it's crazy how it's a real story as well. If you haven't watched that, definitely look into it. And if you haven't like looked into the true crime of, what was her name? I'm not gonna say it. It's an Italian name. I can't remember. But like, no, Patrizia. Yeah, she, like, you should definitely look into the real life crime of that, because it's really crazy. And then like my first favourite, like my best film that I watched, and if you had told me how long this one was, I don't think I would have sat down to watch it. I would have been like, this is going to be so boring. And I think I would have naturally just scrolled on my phone and not paid attention. But I'm so glad I did pay attention, because it was so good. It's Gone Girl. And it does have the same woman who's in Saltburn. Oh my gosh, I also forgot I watched Pride and Prejudice. That wouldn't have been my first favourites at all. But I'm just remembering it because I think she was in that one as well. Yeah. What's her name? Rosamund Pike. Yeah, I really like Rosamund Pike. I love how it does call out the hypocrisy of how hard it is to be the cool girl, to be a pick-me, to be perfect and to try and be good enough for men. Like, a lot of the time men will always get bored. Like, you're never going to be good enough a lot of the time. And yeah, I was kind of rooting for her, because I feel like everyone's going to judge me so much for these takes, but men so often, in real life and in film, will just get bored and they'll leave their wife for another woman. They completely ruin the woman's life, and it's not thought about. And this time you can see a woman get her own back, and I really liked that, because it's like, yeah, it's not nice to have your life ruined, is it? Like, yeah, she did have to come a bit extreme to do it, but yeah, that was definitely my favourite film. How long was it? I think it was like 2 hours. But yeah, I kind of would have liked to have the girl who had an affair with. I kind of would have liked to see her like be exposed on the internet or something, because she looked like one of these influencers and stuff. When did it come out? Hang on. Oh, 2014. Sorry, I've got hiccups. Oh, I don't know if influencers were a thing then. Never mind. But yeah, it would have been nice to see, because it's never nice seeing a girl go after another woman's man and not get anything back. But I think maybe it was all outed anyway, but I loved how crazy she was and what level she took to it, and you could tell she was like having so much happiness and calmness, just being like, I'm ruining his life. It really made me laugh. And yeah, that was all of them. I have no idea how many films I mentioned. I was going to go into detail with a lot more of them, and then I was like, oh, I'm not going to have the storage for this, so I don't know. I might have a breakdown of films that I've watched this year now, so that it will be less films and I can talk more about how I thought, like what I thought of them and what they were about. But yeah, top 5: Gone Girl, House of Gucci, The Addams Family, Saltburn, and I'm just going to put it in the order that I originally wrote in, Heretic. But yeah, that's my top 5 that I watched in 2024. Tell me what films you watched. I'd be really interested. Yeah. I know it was a bit all over the place. Some are cartoons, some aren't. But I like watching a lot of different types of films, personally. Yeah, Blade Runner. I don't know if I'd give any of the films a go after that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I was so bored. I put down below if you did watch Blade Runner 2049. I'm not crazy, am I? Tell me I'm not crazy. Go on. I know I'm not crazy. If you enjoyed that, why? That is my question. But yeah. Have a lovely day, everyone. Yeah. See you when I next watch another film, maybe.